I just wanted to ask if the delusions are so easily questioned, why... I mean, I agree with you, but why do you think there's been so little of that questioning happening over the last 100 years?
I think the reason they've been so little questioned is that scientists intimidate everybody else into thinking they can't question it because they'd be shown up as stupid or ignorant. And if you look at the put-downs that scientists like to use when people do question it, it's usually withering contempt, and they can make people feel very small and very stupid. Richard Dawkins is the master of this technique, but he's not alone. It's a standard technique. And when I first started questioning myself, because I'm a qualified scientist and knew the literature, people did try that on me. They'd say, oh, well, if you think there's anything wrong with the current theories of inheritance, you haven't read the latest paper in Nature. It came out yesterday. I've just seen a preprint. And, that kind of one-upmanship is used by scientists themselves. Well, I read Nature every week and New Scientist and lots of journals, and I try to keep up. And usually they're talking nonsense. They're usually claiming far more for these things than they can. So I can defend myself, but most people can't. And when it comes to, say, where most people are aware of the controversies are in relation to psychic phenomena or medicine. If most people say, well, I've had a telepathic experience, the usual response is, oh, well, it's just coincidence, or in any case, there's no evidence for them. They've been scientifically tested and there's no evidence. It's simply not true. The evidence strongly favours them. But it's the put-down and this use of a kind of arrogant dismissal which has been used all these years, and it's extremely effective. The other thing is that, as I say, that any educated person wants to seem smart, and these things are treated as superstitions. So if you believe these things, it just shows you haven't been educated enough, because ordinary people believe the kinds of these things like telepathy and so on. Educated people don't. So it's a whole system of sociological forces, taboos being maintained by active vigilante groups. There are skeptic organizations who are the active vigilantes who search out heresy and try to destroy it or discredit it. So there's been a concerted endeavor to maintain this worldview, and it's been very, very effective.